As always, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that bell to be notified for future videos.
Cuda's Diecast Customs is going racing. Hey guys, welcome back to the Fish Tank. I am Cole, and today is a special episode of Cuda's Diecast Customs. And today, I am taking part in Diecast Graveyard's Race Car Build-Off Invitational. The car that I decided to use was a 1967 Dodge Charger. So, let's jump into it. Welcome back to the Fish Tank, guys. Today we are participating in Paul's Diecast Graveyard's Race Car Build-Off. And like I said in the intro, what we're working with today is the 1967 Charger made by Hot Wheels. And as you see here, it's all torn apart. I already drilled it out, and I'm just examining the pieces like I normally do. So the glass was alright, the interior was dirty, could use a bath, and the base was pretty beat up. I probably should have replaced it, but for what I had to do it for, I didn't think it was appropriate because it's a race car, so it didn't have to be perfect. So the plan is for today, I'm going to take this casting, as you see here, and we're going to first strip it. Once we strip it, then we're going to do our normal cleaning process, then prime it, and then we're going to put some Cuda's Diecast Customs colors on it. So the colors I was thinking of going with today were white and blue. My problem was I didn't know if I wanted to do a white top or a blue top. You're going to have to wait and see what I decided to go with. Also, I planned on getting some fancy decals made by our good friend Chuck over at Flying Valiants. Thank you again, buddy, for providing me with those decals. They turned out amazing, and they really made the car pop. So that was very kind of Chuck to take the time to design those. If you guys do need decals, 3D parts, or anything of that longitude, please contact Chuck or go to his page at Flying Valiants on YouTube, and he can hook you up. You also can contact him on Instagram and Facebook. So, what I decided to do before I got into any of the nitty-gritty was I wanted to clean all the plastic pieces. So I did like the base here, I did the windshield as you just saw, and I did the interior. There was dirt all over this stuff, and I was just like, it all needs it. So I just gave it a good scrub, and we just went to town on all of it. After this, I did degrease all this. I know it sounds weird, but I kind of just wanted to get all the residue, or as much as I can possible. It did nothing to the plastic, it didn't harm it at all, so I was like, that's a win for me. After this, we move right to the base because I found a cool set of rims that I thought would be appropriate for the occasion. So, as you see here, I got these like, what do you call them, steelies? I got them off another type of race car, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. It's kind of like that old NASCAR look, and they slip right in. Like, they were perfect size. It was like they were meant for this car. So what I did is, like I normally do, I just grabbed my Gorilla Glue, and we just dabbed a little bit on there. As you see there, I had to cut the top off because it was clogging. So I was like, you know what? Might be a little messy, but we'll take it. It did end up making the base look a little worse, but it's okay because you don't even see the inside. So after a while, I did clean up the casting here. I didn't show it because I did a lot of stuff off camera this time around, but I also wanted to save time because I wanted to do the decal process like you will see later, and I wanted to show you how I did it. After that, we did clean it in the same day, and we did primer it, so it looks pretty cool. Once we are done with this, we're going to move on to paint, so look forward to that. I'll see you in a minute. Let's move on to paint. Cuda's Diecast Customs will be right back. Now here is a word from our sponsors.
This video is sponsored by Hobbytown. Hobbytown is an awesome hobby store where you can find all your hobbies' wants and needs. They provide everything from your tools and supplies to an awesome variety of paints, from spray paints to paints for your airbrush. To find your local Hobbytown, you can go to www.hobbytown.com to use the store locator at the top center of the homepage to find the closest store near you. Again, The website to use is www.hobbytown.com. Remember, we make your free time awesome. Welcome back from the break, guys. So right now I'm going to show you the paint scheme that we went with for our custom race car Cuda's Diecast custom theme. And this is what we went with. We went with a two-tone. I went with a Krylon Ocean Blue, where it's a Shortcuts craft paint that you can get at your local Hobby Lobby or Hobbytown store. And then for the white section of our two-tone car, I went with a Rust-Oleum semi-gloss protective enamel. And we taped off the sides and the pillars to get that cool two-toned effect. And I think it turned out great. It looks really cool, and this is the vision that I had in my head. So I'm very excited to show you this, guys, and I can't wait to put decals on. Before we do put decals on, guys, we are going to move back to our base and add some detail. So I'll see you over there. The Dodge Charger was introduced on January 1st, 1966, built off the Dodge Cornet chassis, but using its own body. The Charger was Dodge's first fastback high-speed street racer. It was featured many styling cues from the Charger's concept car, like a fastback roof design and a full-width tail lamps. The interior featured 4 bucket seats and a full-length floor console. The vehicle came with a standard 5.2-liter 318 cubic inch V8 engine, delivering about 230 horsepower. Other available engines included a 361 cubic inch V8 engine that created about 265 horsepower, or a 6.2-liter 383 cubic inch V8, delivering about 325 horsepower. However, it was the availability of a massive 426 cubic inch street Hemi engine that provided about 425 horsepower and about 490 pounds of torque that forever defined the vehicle. At the track, Chrysler's Corporation cars dominated NASCAR in the mid-1960s with that mighty Hemi engine. In 1965, NASCAR banned the Hemi and Chrysler boycotted the racing season. Ultimately, Chrysler followed the new NASCAR rules, mandating the engines had to be available in general production, not just for race cars as the Hemi had been for the 1966 season. Chrysler made a street Hemi that was used for both the street and for the racetrack. After our history lesson there, here is a couple pictures and close-ups of our decal work. I hope you enjoy. Welcome to our final assembly for Uncle Pauly's Race Car Invitational. So, to start off, we have our basic black interior. I know I probably should have did something to customize it, but I didn't think it was really necessary, and I'm just going to keep it very plain. Next is our glass. It was mint. There was a scuff here and there, and a couple scratches up here, but nothing that was major or crazy. Here is our casting with all the custom decal work, the Cuda's Diecast Customs logo, the inspirations like Outlaw Speed Shop, Fat Guy Production, Maple Leaf, Matchbox Makeovers, Matchbox Mark, SoMo Diecast, and of course the man who designed these decals for me, Chuck over at Flying Valiants. Also, lastly, Diecast Graveyard, the man that I started watching these kind of videos and the man who got me into building these little cars. Thank you, Paul, and thank you to the rest of you guys for being such a great inspiration and great help for starter builders and builders right now. If it was not for you guys, none of us would be doing this. Thank you very much. I hope you guys are okay, like Paul over at Fat Guy Productions that I put my logo on your car, and also Keith over at Outlaw Speed Shop. I know I didn't say anything, but I had to. You guys are just a big inspiration, and I thought it was necessary to put you in my car. So I hope you like it. And finally, here is our base. So we got our custom wall wheels. We did all the detail work on the bottom, did the front bumper, and we did the rear bumper. It's looking awesome. Guys, let's go see what we started with.
So this is what we started with. It was a very, very simple 1967 Dodge Charger. And today, we really did put the Cuda's Diecast custom stamp on this car. Let's go see our final results. Here is our final results for Uncle Pauly's Diecast Graveyard Race Car Build-Off Invitational. I wanted to thank Paul over at Diecast Graveyard for setting up this invitational. I had a lot of fun, and I am very grateful to have him part of my life. Thank you, Paul. Also, I wanted to give a big thanks to Keith, Paul over at Fat Guy Productions, and Andrew, and Mark, and SoMo Diecast, and everyone who was big inspiration to me to start up YouTube. I really appreciate all of you guys, and I wanted to thank you again. Lastly, I wanted to thank Chuck over at Flying Valiants for providing me with these awesome custom decals. Chuck, I do owe you again, my friend, and thank you for providing me these awesome decals. I couldn't have finished this build without you, bud. Guys, with all that said and done, make sure to go watch everyone's video who took part in this build, and make sure to check out Paul over at Diecast Graveyard. Guys, this is Kohler of the Fish Tank, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.